I taught here full-time for about 9 years prior to that. And part-time, I was a helper here when I was a student at Providence College back in the early 70s, and then I just stayed here. I loved it. I love the people. I love the neighborhood. I've lived here, since 1976. I got married here, bought a house here, raised our kids here, and take care of our grandchildren here. So people would come in and register their students for the school, and they'd say, "Is this a safe place?" So I'd say to them, "What I just told you. I live here. It's as safe as it would be, for my kids. Try to make it as safe as possible." There is crime in the neighborhood. There's crime everywhere. But I think that sometimes crime follows opportunity. So if you have folks that have something, it's like the old joke about why do you rob banks? Because that's where the money is. I'm not fearful living here. Yeah. I travel at night. I walk around at night. I know the neighborhood. I'm not saying I would, maybe at 2 a.m. I might not be walking around here, but darkness is not, does not keep me from walking my neighborhood. I do a lot of walking. I like walking. I walk just for exercise a little bit, but I sit at a treadmill. I try to walk places and look at the city from a different point of view, from the 3 mile an hour instead of 25 miles an hour in your car that you're driving by all these places. 3 miles an hour you can walk and talk, and I talk. I say hello and talk to people, because to me that's the most important thing. The people are most important, in a neighborhood, and each of us, as I say, it's really based on my faith. Each of us is a fellow pilgrim, on the road to heaven. So we need to make sure that we make contact with one another. It's a golden opportunity, face to face, not earbuds. Yep. Not texting. It's a lost art in one sense. I see people. I used to do that on the PC campus. I'd say hi to people, and I remember, one of my friends saying, "Why do you say hi to everybody?" I said, "We're fellow human beings." I said, "We're social animals." We need to relate to one another. That's what we are. We're not trees. We're not dogs. And people. People communicate by talking, eye contact, gestures. And that helps build community more than anything else, I think, is personal communication with one another. And it's missing a lot, I think. I say with the society that we have today, which has so many opportunities for communication, be it cell phone, Twitter, all the rest of that stuff, I think we have lonely people. Something I often tell the students here, too. I say, you come down the street and you see, a lady, and she's got, seemingly all of her belongings in a bag, and she's carrying down the street, and what do you do? They look at me and say, what do you do? I said, what do you do? So you say hi to her. And she might yell and scream at you, maybe not. She may say hi back. And I said, maybe you are, for that person that day, the only piece of humanity that recognizes her as a human being. Saying, don't waste that opportunity. Well, I think if we start looking at one another, and remember that God's love for us is the same. We're no better than anybody else, and no worse. And I think we have to remember that too. We're not, we're in God's eyes, we're all the same as far as love goes. And so as long as if we can look at one another in that way, and people that we have a hard time with, maybe we ask God to show us how to care for them, how to love them.